And what is up, everyone? We are back for our Daredevil Born Again review. This week, we're going to be talking about the episode that just dropped tonight, episode 7. And I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what has to be said about this. I was bored out of my skull once again watching this episode. And yeah, it was a miserable time. Thankfully, we only have 2 episodes left to watch, so that's some good news at least, because Moz and I were just looking into this, and at first we thought that there were 17 episodes, and I was about to freak, bro.
I was about to cry. I thought, oh damn, there's gonna be a lot of episode 5s. There's gonna be so much filler going on, bro.
I was like, bro, I'm gonna disappear into the wilderness until 17 weeks are up, bro, because there's no way. But anyway, Mazza, what is your epic Mazza summary for this episode?
Bro.
Besides retardation.
This one is actually worse than episode 6, in my opinion. Because
I totally agree.
Fuck? Dude, the fighting was so shit.
Yes.
Holy fuck, bro. Like, did they even think about, like, what they were doing? Oh my god.
This honestly, I think, is one of the worst episodes yet of the show.
Yeah, and there was fighting. And usually the best parts is just the fighting bit, right? Because they don't know how to fucking write, so all the talking is just boring as fuck. But yeah, the fight scenes were so bad.
So bad.
Even just going into it was just... What were they thinking? Actually, what were they thinking? Just, like, the whole, shower scene and stuff. It was just like it felt awkward. It was like it's like you got 2 random strangers and we're like, okay, pretend you love each other.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole time I'm like, that's not Karen. That's not Karen. What
you
are you
cheating
doing?
bastard. That's Karen. Yeah. Even like Elektra from season 2, right? If you're comparing that romance, it was just like, who the fuck is this bitch? I don't even know who this fucking.
Yeah. I know.
Pathetic fucking what the fuck do you even call them? Fucking therapist. Which, by the way, apparently she's fucking dog shit at her job. Just fucking helping psychopaths. She's fucking dog shit.
Enabling serial killers and all that stuff. Yeah, it's good times. It's crazy, dude. So, so last week, Lethal and I, we talked about the episodes from last week, and the episodes from last week were, like, I was like, okay, it feels like there's a little bit of, like, momentum that's starting to pick up here. It feels like they're starting to kind of get their bearings a little bit for this show, and this episode felt like that entire thing just collapsed completely. So, yeah.
They tried, though. They really did try to pick up the momentum. But honestly, this felt like a shit ending. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of stuff that got actually... Like, they could have ended the season here, if I'm being honest. Because, what's his face is dead now. I see the villain's so lame. I've forgotten his name.
Muse?
Muse, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, dude,
dude. He gets his ass beat on episode 6.
Yeah.
And then his first fight, he loses. And then going into this, we're meant to fear him? It's like...
Yeah.
No.
Dude, and in this episode, we find out that Muse has killed, like, 60 people or something like that.
Through the pain. I actually thought that was the one interesting thing. I'm like, that's fucked up. Like, he was using their blood as paint, so they couldn't wash it out, like this other chemical stuff. And it's funny because the cops don't actually find out that there's a serial killer. It's the washer, and they're just washing it because they're trying to get rid of. Because Kingpin, there's a bunch of like Kingpin things making him look bad. Some make him look good. But he wants to get rid of all of them, right? And yeah, it was the washers who find out, and it's just like, what the fuck?
But the thing that I'm like, okay, so basically Muse has been like an important topic for, I would say, like kind of like 2.5 episodes in this entire show so far. Like he was like he was a big deal in the previous episode, in episode 6, and then he was a big deal in this episode. But that's like it. Like he wasn't really like he was barely even talked about in any of the episodes previous to that. And he's killed like 60 people, and now suddenly he's like a big deal. And they kind of like it felt weird because it felt almost like that they had a lot more Muse stuff that was supposed to be in like the other episodes, but they almost like cut all of it out.
Yeah, the thing is, to Fisk, he's meant to be this big arching villain that's ruining all of his plans to build up the city, right? Because no one wants to invest in stuff like that. But it didn't feel like that. And it didn't feel like Muse was actually that big of a threat. There was one time they actually showed the kidnapping, right? The one, other than her, and that was the 2 girls who wanted to take the photos, right? But that wasn't even this episode. And he's just on the run. By the way, dumbest cunt ever. Who the fuck runs away from getting beaten up by fucking Daredevil, then runs to a therapist?
Yeah.
What? Dumbest fucking villain of all time. Like, are you telling me Mad Fisk and Daredevil can't find this retard? Like, what?
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
I
don't know what he was thinking there, bro. That was well, thing. Apparently he has like this connection with her or something. He's like, oh, she's like my key or whatever he was like saying about her. And so he then tried to like kill her to take her blood, even though she was like his key or whatever. And, dude, it didn't make any sense, bro.
He needs to work on his wrist game, dude. That is not how you get a bitch. Like, what the fuck?
Dude, man, they even like when he like shows up at her office, and at first it's like Bastion, who's like Muse and stuff, and he's like, you know, he looks just like the normal guy. By the way, we've only seen Bastion like once so far in this entire show, and that was like episode 1 or 2 when he was having her sign the book for him.
Yeah.
And that was literally the only other time we've seen him. And now suddenly he shows back up. He goes to her office and he's like, "Oh man, you're such a big deal to me. You're just like the best therapist ever," and all this type of crap. And then like during him talking to her, we're like cutting to like Kingpin, and Kingpin's like finding out that Bastion is Muse and stuff. And the show is like trying to pretend like it's this big moment where we're all supposed to be like, "Holy shit, Bastion is Muse." And it's like, bro, we've so far, the only thing we've seen him do is get a book signed. That's all he's done so far. Like, why are we supposed to be here pretending like, holy crap, it's this guy? That's crazy. Dude, it doesn't make any sense.
He killed 60 people off camera, bro. It's wild. It's just like, come on, dude. No joke. So that means dude. Like, we've seen Wilson literally do a crime before him. Because he looks the guy up in the cage before we find him actually do like a crime, right?
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure, unless we see a little bit, but for a few seconds, right? But the thing is, as well, it makes me wonder why you had all those marriage counsel bits on the previous episode when it should have been him. Because like you don't, I don't feel like he actually had that deep of a connection to the therapist. Because instead of him talking to the therapist and building him up as a character, it was the marriage shit, and now it feels like a complete waste. It's like, what the fuck? Like, and now it feels like Wilson actually got cocked in the storyline where it felt like it was leaning to him doing that to her or something like that, right? And now it's just like it's like there's multiple writers and they just passed it off or something, and they didn't know how to connect it. And they're like, oh, we're about to hit here, and like, what the fuck?
Literally nothing makes sense from like a narrative like standpoint of like where everything's supposed to be leading to and connecting, and it like this whole Muse like side plot has been the dumbest thing ever that I've seen in this show, bro. It's so, it doesn't make any sense. There's no connecting points to it at all. There's nothing that is making me feel emotionally invested in anything that's going on with Muse. For some reason, Muse is the one that brings Daredevil back, makes Matt convinced to come back as Daredevil, and that doesn't make any sense either. Like, dude, it's just and the problem is, I think that it could have worked if they had actually taken the time to establish him in other episodes as well, but they didn't do that. They didn't do that at all. And it like now it just looks like we just have like this random guy showing up and he's like, "Hey, I'm the bad guy here," and we're all supposed to be like, "Oh, okay, all right, you're the bad guy." Yeah,
I guess you're the villain. Like,
yeah,
yeah, it's so. I don't know. It's just so shit, and I hated the cop that's helping him out, right?
yes,
Like giving him extra information. He was like, "Oh, you told me you were gonna stop being Daredevil and all this." What? So
yeah,
you're telling me you're pissed as a cop? He stopped the BB girl, right, from being murdered, and he's pissed. Like he's actually angry at Daredevil for doing Daredevil stuff, and it's just like, what the fuck? Like the coolest thing in this episode that happened was the task force actually kind of doing something, right?
yeah, yeah.
And even then, it feels like they're making them look fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Right? Even
Yeah.
the way they talk about the cops, like, oh, we hunted them down, we found them, right? You can make Daredevil good and still have the cops be actually good because now I'm not seeing them as a threat either. They look fucking stupid. Like, they look fucking dumb. Those cops that he got, they ended up looking dumb. And the thing is, taking his credit, yeah, fine. Like Daredevil did that in season 2, right? I think that was meant to be a callback to that, trying to make the cops look good, but now it's for a bad force. So switched it up, right?
Yeah.
But it ended up just not really working because the cops were so shit at their jobs. It was just like, ugh. Like when a task force like that should be just boom, but like I should fear when the door's knocking on them, like coming in. I should fear for Daredevil's life. I don't though. I know he can kick their ass. Like we time and time again, we've seen him literally kick their ass.
Yeah, like when they're like down in like Muse's lair and they're like taking all of his stuff, and then Daredevil goes down there and he's like, "Oh, it's my girlfriend," and then that one cop is just like, "Hey," and he just like boom, like throws his. He knocked him out flat, bro.
They actually made Daredevil a villain. That's villain shit, bro. That's metal, motherfucker. He knocked out a guy. He said hi. Like, hey. Like, caught it. Mightn't have been a cop. Mightn't have been that. And it just like boom, knocked his ass out. And then they don't even say like how long it's been, but he's like, yeah, it turns out it was like
I think it was Daredevil.
I think it had the hordes or something.
And now we have Kingpin, who finds out that Daredevil's back and stuff, and he's like all mad about it and stuff too. He goes on like a rant about how like Daredevil like foiled so many of his mob and criminal plans. Then he like tells his assistant that he has the cops and like all these resources now that he's the mayor, and that his job is to protect the city from any outside of the law, which to me feels weird because like the whole Kingpin thing just feels weird if Kingpin is like trying to still be like straight-laced and pretending to be like he's acting in the law, you know, like that just doesn't feel Kingpin-y to me, you know what I mean? So
yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah.
And the man, when he's talking to him and stuff and being like, oh, I got you for the certain skills, because the guy is trying to warn him like, you can't abuse your power and stuff, and he ends up helping him anyway, right? And that's another storyline I fucking hated, is the whole Vanessa. So Vanessa and Kingpin, the guy, he shows up. I forget his name, but the guy Luca's been giving them shit for a couple of episodes now, starting crimes and all that, right? And he just goes to the mayor office. That would never happen. He'd be in jail right then and there, right?
Yeah.
Kingpin would have made an example out of him. I'm sorry.
Bro, he was roasting Kingpin right to his face, bro. He's like, "You're shit now." Like he was literally like telling him that to his face.
Yeah,
like, and he didn't do anything about it. Like he was just like, "Oh, I'm mad, but I can't do anything." It's like, bro, like in the past, you would have snapped this guy in half, bro. Like what?
This guy is a criminal. No one would really. If you can get Adam in a cage, you could have gotten him in a cage. That's my problem with that. That's my, you know what I mean? Like it's like, okay, you're gonna show him be a cunt to Adam and lock him up and all that. but you're not gonna like. No one would care. No one would even really write about this guy
Yeah.
because he's a villain and he's
Right.
mob and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's not like you're taking out another person that's running against you. That that's a lot harder, right? Because they're all over the news and stuff. This guy is low crime rate. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like they're in the Marvel universe now. That guy is nothing.
He's a low
like,
life. Yeah, he's nothing. Yeah.
Literally, right? And it's just like, why the fuck is Kingpin allowing him to be like, yeah, send my regards to your wife? Like, what?
Yeah,
And
I fucked her too, bro.
Like, what the? Everyone's taking turns now, dude.
And Kingpin's just like, oh, I'm so mad about this. It's like, dude.
Yeah, I hate what they've done with Kingpin so much because when they get it right, it's so fucking good.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? And they just seem to be messing it up because it was. Oh, am I messing up the episodes? This is the one where he kills. Is this the episode where he kills Adam or no? Am I messing that up?
That was in the previous episode we saw him like beat the living daylights out of Adam after he like gave him the axe and stuff, and then.
Oh, okay, yeah, no, wrong episode. My bad. Yeah. Sorry.
But in this episode, you were kind of like starting to talk about like the Vanessa thing. Dude, the whole Vanessa story arc throughout this entire show has been just horrendous. And then it was even worse in this episode because like Vanessa, she met up with Luca and she was like, and you know, they both like took their time to like kind of like talk trash about like Wilson Fisk when they were together and stuff.
Oh yeah, the business is so much worse since he took over. You know, the guy that literally took over New York in season 1 of Daredevil, the guy that did all this and then came back out of prison, then retook over New York and then got beaten up again and now has come back. Yeah, that guy. You guys were doing such a better job. Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck off.
Man, we miss you, Vanessa. We miss when you were in charge. It's like,
yeah, Vanessa, you had a set of balls on Les Wilson. Like, Brian was bad. And then, and honestly, for a second, I thought she was actually going to betray him. For a second, I thought, oh, okay, here we go. Here's the Wilson's going to have to kill her, and he's going to fucking lose it. That's when he's going to really turn into Wilson again and go fucking skits. But no. They end up setting up a plan to try and get Wilson alone, right? And it finally does happen, but the security guard that he was talking to, being like, I need your set of skills, has now fully embraced okay, we need to be criminals to protect the city. He shoots, I forget his name again.
Luca.
Luca. He shoots Luca in the head before Luca can shoot Wilson, and that scene was actually not bad. I'm like, okay, that's sick. But one thing as well is just like call Vanessa and ask her if she wants leftovers. Like she would have been there. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. Like I don't know. It feels weird that they're so trying to make it such a disconnect between the two. Like it doesn't feel like they're taking over the city together. How it felt like season 1, season 3, right?
Yeah.
And I hate it. I just don't. I hate how they're doing both the characters.
The thing is, do you think that she was helping Fisk, or do you think that she was actually trying to have him get killed?
I think she was helping Wilson. I do. But if it turns out that she wasn't in the next episode that they're fighting, that would actually be that would be a sick fucking twist. If it turns out she was trying to kill him. That would be wild as fuck. And he's asking her, what do you want as a fuck you? Like, I'm going to bring you home dinner, and now you're going in the cage as well.
Yeah,
that would be wild.
Yeah, that's kind of how I took it, was that, like, because she was, like, talking with Luca, and she was, like, asking him how, like, what he wanted her to do to help. But I'm like... I guess, I don't know, maybe I'm just, like, tuning out so much in this show that I'm not keeping track of everything that's going on. But to me, it felt like that she was actually, like, trying to take Fisk out. But maybe not. Maybe they were working together. I don't know. So, But that's the thing, like if we even have to like sit here and like ask, okay, what are they trying to do here? Like that just shows that the writing isn't clear enough, that it's all just kind of all over the place. So
yeah, it feels like what's happening is because they're dog shit at writing, instead of doing cool twists and turns, it feels like they're trying to, oh, did it happen? Or like the littlest things, and that shouldn't. Like it should be very clear that Wilson and his wife is trying to take over the city. It should be that stuff should be very clear because that's the main story stuff, and it's like, oh brother, and what is going on? Yeah, and I'm like the next two episodes is confusing me because I know they teased him a little bit at the see episode 1 and all that throughout it of the guy that is now dead, Mukia, right, or whatever.
Yeah.
He's dead now.
Yeah.
And that's why I said this actually could have been the last episode because he's now dead, and it was the therapist that killed him. I will say, in that fight, one thing that was actually very surprising that happened is Daredevil put his like metal rod through him.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it just went boom, or knocked some blood off or something.
Yeah.
No, it was in him. He's beating his ass, and that rod is still in him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit. Okay, that's pretty fucking wild. And the thing is, she didn't actually have to kill him.
Yeah.
He was beat kinda already.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then she just fucking pops him, and I'm like, oh shit, because like Daredevil was winning that fight.
Yeah.
Like it was clear day and night, and yeah, she just fucking loses it and pops him, and I'm like, oh, okay, fuck, this is actually kind of cool. You've actually done something cool with the therapist because now she's gonna be all fucked up, which you do see at the end of the episode when her and Daredevil are talking, and she's confused on how Daredevil knew because she's like bloodied, right? Because he was trying to steal her blood and stuff, and Daredevil stops him just in time, and yeah, so she lost a lot of blood and whatnot, and yeah, she's in the hospital, and yeah, they're talking, and she's like, oh, how did Daredevil know my name? Because Daredevil says the name multiple times, and yeah, he's just like, I don't know.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It feels like they have repeating storylines as well, because they even had a little storyline of, oh, you have bruises and stuff. How do you think that makes me feel? Like, no, I'm worried about you. We've already kind of seen this with Karen and Foggy in season 1, 2, and right. And I'm just like, I don't know if I want to revisit that with someone I don't care about. Like, I don't care about the therapist. It's just like, I've already seen this done better in the old series, and I'm just like, you're just retracing stuff now.
Yep, exactly. And I think that a lot of that in that episode of, or like in that scene where she like, you know, unloads the gun on him and stuff, I think there could have been way more impact in that scene if we actually like even like gave a crap at all about like this Bastion / Muse character. But like he's just he like they didn't do anything to like build anything up for his character throughout this entire episode. The only thing we got was like him talking about like, oh yeah, I had like my parents and they were like super mean to me and stuff, and they made
me do karate.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And now I'm like killing people, and it's like, what? Okay. And then he like he slashes her arm and stuff, and then she's like, Bastion, you don't have to do this. And he's like, I'm Muse. Call me Muse. I'm Muse. And she's like, you know, like, I don't know. It just like the whole thing was just like, why should I give a crap at all about like this character? Or
yeah, no. Dude, he's so little to the story. The big, like, oh, he's a big bad guy. White Tiger was looking into him. Yeah, well, fucking, he died from a cop. That's how dog shit this fucking villain is. He died from the corrupt cops. You know what I mean? Like, like, how the fuck did that happen? Like, you'd think if you were such a good villain, like a low-level guy, right? Like White Tiger, he was treated as just a little mini... Like, he would be already dead by this guy. That would have been better if this guy had killed White Tiger.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that,
Mhm.
because the cops are way cooler and they're working for Fisk. It's like this guy felt like he felt. Honestly, I've literally watched cartoons where villain of the week had more meaning than this guy.
Yeah.
Like this guy had
Mhm.
so little meaning. Like he would actually be shit in that as well. Like
Yeah.
he wouldn't even fit in that.
Right.
It's like, wow, you really don't care about him. Like that's such a common thing in this story. It's like White Tiger just throw to the like they just keep getting characters and throwing to the side. Like
Yeah.
why?
I know, and the whole like show is just bouncing all over the place. Like at first they were like
Mhm.
kind of leaning more into like the cop stuff and the White Tiger stuff, and now suddenly we're supposed to like be all about like this Muse stuff and Daredevil and Fisk, and I don't know, like
Mhm.
they're just going all over the place, and like they're not taking any time to actually make us care about anything that's really going on. None of the side plots, nothing. So
Mhm.
yeah,
And then there's this one scene where I'm gonna call him Wilson Fisk Jr. because he's
yeah,
trying to be like
yeah,
Wilson Fisk so
yeah,
bad. He's in his office because Wilson's busy with the other stuff, right?
yeah,
And then he gets the girl from the BB News, and he's like, "Yeah, the big mayor people, they watch your news, right?" And she's all like, "Yeah, because I give straight facts." I'm like, no old white dude is watching your shit, bro. No old white dude is getting his fucking news from fucking TikTok, motherfucker. You hate big time. Like they're trying to make it seem like the BB News is actually big shit, and it's
yeah.
like you can clearly tell it's amateur fucking. She's probably posting it on their version of YouTube, right?
Yeah,
And it's just
yeah.
like, dude, no big man is watching your shit, bitch. Shut up. And then he's all like, okay, well, you can either have a good life after leaving here, or it can be real miserable after leaving here. And you're gonna tell them that it was the cops, not Daredevil, that killed him. And it's just like,
And
bro,
she's
what
like,
the
"Are you threatening me?" It's
no,
like-
I'm giving you a deal or something. And it's just like, dude, you are actually the most dog shit Wilskins. Like, like, what is going on? They needed to cut that bit out, bro, because it was just in the middle of
Dude.
nowhere
Yeah.
too. It was just like, what am I watching? It's like I was watching a role play of Wilson Fisk, and
Yeah.
it's just like, dude.
Have we ever, like, maybe I'm totally forgetting about it, but did we ever actually see like BB do anything as far as like legitimate like journalism? Because the only thing I can remember seeing is just like the little weird clips that they'd intersperse throughout the episode of like random like people on the street being like, "Oh man, those vigilantes, bro, they're crazy." It's like, dude.
Now to save my, and then it cuts to another one. Nah, he saved my life. Hey, I love that boy. That's it. The most, maybe the most little bit was like do you feel safe in the city? Oh hell no! Like that's the most journalism we've got, and it's just like, oh,
Like that's not even journalism. That's just like interviews, bro. Like street interviews. Like what? What? What are you talking about, dude?
That's the best BB's got, bro. And apparently, all the big mad people are loving it, bro. That's where we go. I got a BB News, bro. I'm loading up YouTube. I'm watching some BB News to find out.
That's what they watch with while they eat their cereal for breakfast in the morning. They're like, "Oh man, I gotta scroll through the BB News here and see what's going on."
Imagine like being a mayor and you've got actual important shit. You're worrying about taxes, new buildings being built, trying to make everyone's lives better. Hold up, wait a minute. I gotta put all that shit to the side because I gotta watch some BB News. I'll find out Daredevil saving the world, bro. Daredevil's back. Found it exclusive BB News. BB News or nothing, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there was this vigilante with a sword, bro. It was crazy, dude. He was like,
I hated that bit. It's like she's just straight up showing a fucking ninja in New York chopping a motherfucker up. What's happening? Like that's an actual crime. That's not vigilante. That's a fucking ninja with a sword chopping people up. He should be locked up. You're not hella like what? This is the reason why we got to stay off the streets.
Bitch. Yeah. Number one news source right there, BB News. Yeah, that's great.
How the fuck you even there? How the fuck is she going around the city? This little girl, you're meant to tell me this little girl is traveling around New York, like at different spots, right? Like,
Dude,
God, shut up.
It's so bad. It's so bad. And so during that whole time with like, when she's like talking to him in Fisk's office, Fisk is actually at the death scene of Muse. And he's like talk with the cops and stuff, and the dead body, Muse's dead body's laying there, and they're like, "Yeah, Daredevil, blah blah blah," and he's like, "No, there was no Daredevil. It was you that took out Muse." And so now, and then we see him like hold up like the mask, Muse's mask for the cameras and all that. So, you know,
the real news. There's no BB News there.
Yeah, BB News wasn't anywhere to be seen there, was she?
Like, what the fuck? She acted like, bro.
So basically now we have like Fisk and his cops trying to take all the credit for cleaning up the city, and that was kind of the end of the episode, I think, wasn't it? Like, I don't think there was anything else really. Then the whole Vanessa texting Lucas to go kill.
Yes, that was the end
and stuff. But
yeah,
cool.
Dude, apparently, because I've heard that the last 2 episodes were meant to be like reshoots, and now I'm like, oh my god, if it's already this disconnected and this is the one writer, how disconnected is it going to be when it was meant, this next 2 episodes are meant to be the reshoots and stuff? How disconnected are those going to be? Because apparently the last 2 episodes are the ones that actually feel like Daredevil. I'm like, oh, shut up, bro. Why the fuck did you make these other 7 episodes then?
Yeah, exactly. Just keep holding out, bro. Daredevil's coming, bro.
I swear to fuck, if we see Foggy at the last episode, just magically back alive, no
Foggy?
In his dumb little fucking mask. Dude, why does the suit look so shit in this, by the way? Why does it look shit? It's so bright red. It's actually so, like, you can't miss it.
Yeah, I know, dude. It looks bad. It looks really bad.
It looks so bad. Dude, I'm actually worried they're gonna do the whole, he's gonna hear Foggy's heartbeat, Foggy, and then it just ends. Dude. I'm so worried. Gosh. I'm actually gonna cry.
Dude, I'm gonna laugh my ass off if they do that.
Dude, the thing is, it's like, okay, so the corrupt cops now work for Wilson, but they admire Punisher. Wouldn't they know what he did to Punisher?
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, so why are they working for Fisk? Like, you would think the cops would actually be trying to assassinate him.
Yeah.
Because they admire the Punisher. And it's just like...
But that shows you just how dumb and disconnected the show is. Like, they haven't brought up any of the Punisher stuff at all. Ever since, like, we saw Punisher at the end of that one episode. They don't show any of the Punisher tattoos. They don't do any of that. Like, all of that is just, like, gone. Like, it's just... gone. Yeah, like... Yep. And it's like, well, they didn't even really, like, tie up any of that story at all. You know, like, none of that, it was just, like, here, and then it was just gone. And it's like, nothing, everything is just so disconnected, and it doesn't make any sense at all.
It honestly feels like this show, because even last episode, or it was episode 5, I believe it was episode 5, they're like, yeah, Miss Marvel's a big hero around here.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah. And it like, there's so much, it feels like this show was used as a... oh, yeah, go watch all these other shows.
Yeah,
please.
Exactly.
It doesn't feel like they actually put in the work to make this its own thing in the universe, right? Like, it can be its own thing and still be connected. Fuck, Netflix did it better.
Yeah.
And they weren't even, back then, they weren't even properly connected, but they were still connected because they made the whole aliens thing, and that's why New York and all that. So they connected it without being connected, right? Because back then, Marvel just didn't acknowledge them at all. But they did a fucking better job than the actual Marvel people. It's like, how the fuck are we so disconnected? And then when people ask when this is when this timeline is around, you tell them fucking the witch one, like the one about witches, when you can't tell when that one's fucking about. Like, bro, how does that help me know when this is fucking set?
Yeah. I didn't watch that shit, bro.
What?
Dude, that whole episode with like the bank heist and all that stuff, dude, like that episode was completely disconnected from the rest of the show. Like it was like a filler episode basically that had nothing to do with anything else that was going on. And it really did feel like it was just like an advertisement for Miss Marvel, which was just so random and weird. Like we haven't seen her in years, bro. Like at least as far as I know, I haven't watched any of the shows and stuff, but the last time that I know that she was prevalent in anything was when they did the Marvels film. And I don't know if she's been in anything since then. I don't know if they're like trying to set her up as like they're trying to set her up like she's going to be in the Defenders show or something like that. You know, maybe they're going to do that, which would be ass, but I wouldn't be surprised. But yeah, like it was just so bizarre, dude. It was so bizarre. And we had like Miss Marvel's like dad running around in the episode and stuff, and it's like, what? Why are you here, bro? Like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, no, dude, everything feels so disconnected. Like, how the fuck did last week, it was literally 2 episodes, and they felt so disconnected. There was one mention of the bank heist. Oh, you get caught up in banks? Like, it's fine. And then, boom, that was it.
Yeah.
And I'm so worried for these next 2 episodes, because that's meant to be the final, but the main guy that they teased at season 1 is already dead. So then now, who is the main villain? Because Wilson is still gonna be doing his little, okay, I've done a little bit of crime, but I can still bring it back type of bullshit, right? And then they'll probably tease it at the end of episode 8. It'll be like, okay, he's really going off the rails now, right? But it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like, why haven't you connected it? If you're gonna do heroes, why haven't you done anything cool like Spider-Man or someone that actually fucking matters?
Yeah.
Because it's just like, who the fuck cares about Miss Marvel? or fucking She-Hulk. Can't wait for She-Hulk, bro. Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah, I think they're going to definitely try to pull like some sort of like shock moment and you know, the final, at least the final episode, where they're gonna try to pull like some like holy shit moment and stuff. And I don't know if it's gonna be like a crazy cameo, like maybe they'll bring back She-Hulk or something. Who knows? Maybe they think that's a big deal. Or they're gonna bring back Foggy or something. They're gonna definitely do something, and I'm just gonna be pissed. I'm just gonna be like, you didn't earn this at all, and throughout this entire show, bro. Like,
yeah, I could see them being like Karen. That's the end,
right?
Okay, dude. Oh, okay. Quick thing, because I didn't get to really talk about episode 5. How the fuck we doing St. Patrick's Day, right? The heist, and we don't even get to see Karen, the Irish motherfucking bitch. What? Are you kidding me? What a waste of fucking time.
Yep. And it was so funny because that whole episode was like a weird like diversity episode where like all the white Irish people were out drinking, so they were like the entire cop force that was like white was gone, and it was just like a bunch of like Asians and shit. And they're like, yeah, we're not Irish, so we're still here. Like,
did you notice she was actually in the thing looking as well? So I guess that the other cops are still drunk.
Yeah,
she was the one in the caves, like the train thing, looking around, looking for the thing.
True,
and she doesn't speak. I love it. She barely speaks. She speaks to Wilson a little bit, being like, "Oh yeah, this is crazy. We need to get out there." And he's like, "No, we keep this secret, and we will find him." And I'm like, "Oh god."
Holy crap! So, what would you rate this episode? Episode 6 or 7?
I have to say a 4 because it's so fucking boring and just all over the place, and it is such a cock tease because it's like you almost get what you want and then they ruin it. Almost get what you want, then ruin it. It's like, oh, you want a cool fight scene with Daredevil? Even the fighting looks fucking stupid. It actually looks stupid. Like they're like speeding him up or something, and so you don't actually get to see the cool stuff, and it's just like, Daredevil, yeah, he's quick, but he ain't fucking Flash, bro. Like, what the fuck? And they always try to do this, like, spinny kick thing. And in the Netflix, that did look cool. But
Yeah.
since they speed him up and they have a weird camera angle, it actually almost looks like he misses. It's
Yeah.
like,
Uh-huh.
what the fuck? And then you hear this loud thump, but it looks like he actually missed. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, what the fuck? Yeah.
The thing is, I know that for like the Netflix Daredevil, a lot of that stuff was like done with actual like stunts and like I know Charlie Cox tried to do as much of that type of stuff that he could and all of that. I think for this one they're doing a lot of that type of stuff with CG.
Yeah, I could imagine because, dude, it just looks bad.
It does.
Literally looks really bad. And, dude, why the fuck isn't it full screen? Like, why the fuck is it like I can see a black, like the black bars? Like, that's how little effort they have actually put into this. They don't even have the highest definition of filming for this. It's like they actually cheaped out on the cameras for this series. It's like, why did you cheap out on Daredevil? The one thing that could have actually made you money and helped Disney Plus, you've actually cheaped out on. It's like ridiculous. Like, the cameras are actually worse than the Netflix. You go from Netflix because it's now on Disney Plus, right? If you go between them, like it's actually full screen for the old series because they used actual good cameras for that one, and then you go to this and it's like, what the fuck?
I think what they're trying to do, because like the black bars is usually used for like cinema type stuff. Like they're trying to make it feel like super like cinematic with it, and it's like, bro, it's not working. Just stop.
It's not working because it looks fucking stupid.
Yeah,
it's like just stop, bro.
I think I'm gonna give this episode a 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a rating. Yeah, I kind of hated this one. This might be my most hated episode yet. And a lot of it was just because, like, the payoffs have been terrible. There was, like, no build-up for the Muse character whatsoever. I don't give a crap about any of the characters in this episode. And we saw a lot of the side characters, especially in this episode. And I just don't give a crap about any of them. None of them, bro.
It's like, I'm looking forward to it ending, and it's like, that's not a good thing.
Yes.
It's like, I just want to get all these shitty characters out of the way, because we know Karen's gonna come back. We know she has to, right?
Yeah.
I want to get back to that. They even I will admit, when he started praying again, I was like, oh, thank fuck, because like it was just like they were trying to hide that shit. They've actually changed his character. Like he's so religious and stuff, right? It is him, like, right? It goes hand in hand, and so that was actually nice to see again.
That was cool.
It was such a, oh, are you praying again? Like, even his therapist, like, oh, are you praying? Like, like, what the fuck? Bitch, you can fucking grown ass man.
Let me give you a therapy lesson about that, okay?
Yeah, so you can also turn into a fucking psycho killer. Like, what the fuck? She's dog shit.
Dude, I hate her. I hate her, dude.
I do. I hate her so much. I cannot wait for Karen to come back. Or maybe the plot twist is Elektra comes back, because we know she did die in season, like, Defenders. Sorry, in Defenders. She's gonna come back. She has to, surely.
Yeah.
I'd rather that fucking romance again than fucking
same,
whatever.
Dude, yeah. I would too. Like, the only thing the most we've got from this relationship is like even in this episode, like they have like him, because he's like all bruised and stuff, and she notices the bruise and all that, and then she's like asking him about like what's going on, and he's obviously not telling her because, you know, he's doing Daredevil stuff, and then she starts just like giving him like a therapy lesson, bro, and I'm like, dude, what are you doing? Like, stop. You're just annoying. You're just annoying.
Yeah, it's just, bruh. It just, I hate, because in the original Daredevil, it was actually cool to actually hear Karen and Foggy talk and do their own thing, right? Where they're the ones helping Punisher while he's out helping Elektra, and it was actually cool to switch between that stuff, right?
Yeah.
Whereas here, the switching between is all over the place, and it's shit. You go from one shit conversation to another shit conversation to another. Whereas in the original, you go from Frank, the Punisher, and it's like, oh fuck, that was crazy, that was wild. And then you go to Elektra, and you're like, oh fuck, that shit's crazy. Like, you know what I mean? It's like,
but it still all made sense, and it all was still like progressing the story in one direction and stuff, you know?
Yeah, and that was an actual good way to get Foggy and Paige kind of pissed off at Daredevil because they really needed him, but he had to do this because he was, ex-lover. And
Right.
whereas this is just like the lawyer chick actually, his new partner is getting angry because he's talking to the cop all the time, right? And he's like,
Mm-hmm.
well, we're no longer a team and stuff. It's like, see, we're repeating stuff again from the old seasons. It's like, I don't care about this new lawyer bitch. Get Karen back.
Yep.
Get, like, it's so annoying. It's just
Yeah.
like, if you were gonna do new characters, do new storylines, because it
Yeah.
feels like with what they've done is they've brought these new characters in, and now they're just repeating the old kind of storylines again of, oh, I can't believe Daredevil didn't trust me and all this. It's like we've already been through that already. We've got 3 seasons of that already lined up, cooked, ready to go. Season 4 should have been all them together, hunting villains, and yeah.
I just thought about this. Like, I think one of the things that really annoys me with his girlfriend, like the therapist girlfriend and stuff, is that like Matt's like therapist in the original show was like his priest, right? Like he would go to the priest whenever he had like whenever he was like struggling with internal things and stuff. And those scenes were always so cool. Like I loved that priest character. He was great. Like he actually said things that were impactful to Matt and helped like kind of progress him as a character. And I think that's probably why I can't stand this therapist character so much, because they completely cut out the priest character and Matt having to go to that guy to like deal with internal shit and stuff. And now we just have like her just like yapping at him whenever he's like,
it's not
struggling.
useful. It's always just in like the bedroom or whatever. So the actual area doesn't mean anything as well, because him actually going to church and stuff, it was he had to go there, right? Whereas he just wakes up. And it's like, oh, yap. Whereas when he actually had to go there, it meant something because he actually went out of his way to go there. And that lawyer, not the lawyer, the priest, he was a good fucking actor too.
Yeah, he was.
And those people could actually write. So and every time he did something, he'd be like, I didn't kill anyone. And then they would have him outside where they're at a funeral or whatever, and they'd bump into each other and stuff like that. And so those were cool, like little interactions. Whereas he is just like, can you shut up, bitch, please?
Yeah,
shut
exactly.
Up.
I know. Yeah.
Please just shut up.
It's bad, bro. This show is so bad.
I have no faith in Marvel ever again. This was their one shot to actually kind of bring people back in, and I know people are going to be like, oh, but Iron Man's back as fucking the fucking Doom, right? That's fucking cool, right? For me, this is it's okay, they can't actually make anything good anymore. Because like if anything should have been good, it should have been Daredevil, because that was that Daredevil and Stranger Things literally made Netflix. So if they can't get a thing that made a company fucking as big as it is now, right, the biggest streaming service, in my eyes, you've got no fucking hope. You really do. Like you really don't. Like I'm not looking forward to the movies. I'm not looking forward to anything else they do now. I haven't watched Marvel in a long time. The last time I watched anything Marvel was actually season 1 of Loki.
Okay.
And I couldn't do season 2. I could like all the shows just bored the fuck out of me, and I just couldn't do it.
Right.
And I thought, okay, that's because I watched Wolverine and Deadpool, and I'm like, oh, this was actually decent. This was funny.
Yeah.
And then I'm back here, and now I'm sad.
Yep. Exactly. I know. Yeah. Marvel's in a really bad spot, and even with like the whole like Doomsday thing and all that stuff, like it just reeks of like desperation. Shit. Like they bringing back Robert Downey Jr. for Doom makes no sense at all. The only thing that you can really do to explain it is that they're just so desperate to try to make movies like have some sort of attention from audiences again and try to get people to go see their movies again. They're like, hey, it's Robert Downey Jr. You guys loved him as Iron Man. Now he's back as Doom. Isn't that cool, guys? And we're bringing back the directors that made Endgame and Infinity War. Isn't that exciting? And it's like, dude, it's so obvious that you guys have no confidence in your universe anymore, and so you're bringing back all these big names to try to use those as a selling point to get people to come back and see the movie, instead of actually being like, this is a really cool story that we're cooking up for you guys, and you guys are gonna love it. Come see the movie and stuff. It's bad.
Who is the Avengers?
Dude, we were talking about this on our EpicVerse show on Thursday, and because they like did the whole chair stream where they like announced everyone.
I didn't watch that. Fuck that, bro. I'm like, by the time I clicked into it, it had been an hour and it was just an empty chair. And I'm like, fuck this.
Yeah. 5 hours they did that, bro. They did it for 5
really?
hours. Yes, they spent like 15 minutes on each chair, bro. They would just show the chair for like 15 minutes, and then they move on to the next chair. It was so bad. But dude, literally, this is what they got for the lineup for the Avengers. They have Falcon, who's like the fake Captain America. They have shit, I can't even remember who the other people were. They have Sebastian Stan as Winter Soldier coming back, so I guess he would be kind of an Avengers character. They have Doctor Strange, I think, is coming back as well, and Ant-Man, and that's like it.
Spider-Man, surely, right?
No, they did not announce Spider-Man for this movie at all. His separate Spider-Man film is going to be taking place during the events of Doomsday. So he's going to be off in his own movie, doing his own thing, while Doomsday is happening. And he's not going to even be in Doomsday. He's not going to be in the next Avengers film. So they got 4. They got 4 Avengers, bro.
The whole point of Tony dying was to pass the torch to Peter Parker.
Yeah. Yeah, he's not there, bro. He's just like
That's crazy. That's crazy. Dude, I got more faith in the fucking Minecraft movie than this shit. And that looks like fucking crap.
Holy crap. Things are cooked, bro. It's all just cooked. Oh, yeah. Man. So anyway, yeah, let us know in the comments below if you've seen episode 7 of Daredevil. I don't blame you if you haven't at this point, to be honest, but if you have watched it, let us know in the comments below what you thought about the episode. If you loved it, let us know why you loved it, for whatever reason that would be. And with that being said, make sure that you go check out Gronk and Gaming. Their link will be in the description. And we will catch you next week for the next Daredevil episode. And until then, keep being awesome. We'll talk to you all later. Bye.
Peace.